Hello, and welcome to another edition of One Bad Veggies Root Beer Review, where we always make sure to check ourselves before we Sprecher ourselves. And before we get this officially started, we always have to go through the rules of the review. Number one, of course, is we check the ingredients of the root beer. Number two, we open up that bottle, get a little bit of the scent and any hidden flavors. Step number three, of course, is checking the pour and the head of the root beer. Step number four is the taste test, the best part. And step number five is the overall thoughts and letter grade for the root beer. And if the start wasn't already enough of a spoiler for you, obviously, after last week, I figured it was probably just time to get this one out of the way. We are going to be doing a re-review of Sprecher's root beer. No hidden feelings there. I think we all know how this one's going to go, but still. So first up, of course, we go over the ingredients, which... And the ingredients for this one, I went back to the old review, actually, and I looked at it, because when I was looking at the ingredients, you can see the list. It's actually quite a few ingredients. I remembered it being a lot more simple, but maybe it's just because the flavors that I like do tend to come out more than other root beers that maybe do have a more simple list of ingredients. But I noticed that it has the quilaya, or however you say that, and stuff like that. The stuff that's supposed to be there to make it kind of like fizzy or whatever. But I've never noticed a soapy taste in the background of this one. So, but yeah, you can see the artwork here and everything. Very simple. And like last time I mentioned that I noticed that the bottle for the maple wasn't as fat as the regular Sprecher's bottle, and I mean you can tell that just by looking at that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get over to the second part of the review. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go ahead and open this bottle and get a little whiff. So it's interesting. On the bottle, it claims that it uses honey as one of its sugars. Also, what was the other one? Glucose syrup, which is just another fancy way of saying sugar, basically. It's very sweet. Like, it's hard to... I wouldn't even say it's like super complex, because there are like more complex root beers. In fact, this is really not that complex. In fact, its simplicity is one of the reasons why in the past I've said how much I like it before. It's basically what you smell. You smell a lot of sweetness. You do smell, the kind of like sassafras flavors and stuff like that you do in a normal root beer. And it's not so much, but there is like that Wisconsin honey does add a little bit to like kind of like the smell. Not aftertaste would be the wrong word, because you're not tasting it, but there is like a hint of honey in the scent. So all right, we've got the old frosty mug and root beer ready to go. Let's go ahead and check the head on this guy. Ooh, look at that. That's almost to the top. Actually, I still have some root beer left in here. You can kind of see in there, and I can't feel it anymore. So let's go ahead and taste this one. I will say that as far as the head goes and stuff, that's where you get a lot of that sarsaparilla flavor. If they're, for whatever anise kind of flavor they added to this, if there is an anise flavor to it, it's definitely all inside of the head. Like, it's not a very sweet one or anything like that, but yeah, I'm impressed. I'm looking at it right now. Let's see if I can finally finish. And all right, yeah. finally. So it took a minute, but I was able to get the whole bottle in there. You can kind of see there. But yeah, very impressive. Again, it's one of my favorites for a reason. And the head's gone down a little bit now, so let's go ahead and give it a taste test. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. And again, I've said before that like may be a huge turnoff for people, but it's like the sassafras, the anise. It's not super apparent. It still definitely tastes like a root beer. It's still got the things that you need to taste like a root beer, but it's so sweet. You taste the honey, you taste the vanilla, you taste all that kind of stuff, and it's great. It's, again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. This is my favorite root beer. Period. You know, some people would put it a lot lower because it's not super complex, but the things that I like in a root beer, I like a sweet root beer. I don't like something that leans more on the bitter side, something that leans more on the anise side. I like a sweet root beer that has hints of vanilla, and it's got that in spades, and it's got the fact that you can taste honey within it. It's just, I love it so much. It's so good. So, I mean, what else is there left to be said after that? It's Spechers. I love Spechers. It's my favorite, and even the aftertaste is a wonderful aftertaste. Even despite the fact that it has a lot of that extract and stuff that's there to make the foaming that's usually used in soap, it doesn't have a soapy taste or anything like that. It's good. It's great. I mean, A. What am I supposed to say? It's an A. So yeah, go out and get yourself some, because I'm pretty sure it's like readily available at most places. So that's it. I hope you had a good time, and join us for our next root beer review.